Вооруженные силы Российской Федерации продолжают специальную военную операцию. Высокоточным ударом ВКС России и 14-й механизированной бригады Вооруженных сил Украины в районе населенного пункта Двуречная Харьковской области, а также 87 артиллерийских подразделений, живая сила и военная техника в 198 районах. Также уничтожены 9 складов боеприпасов и ракетно-артиллерийского вооружения в районах населенных пунктов Коломейцево Днепропетровской области, Котлярова, Березнеговатая и Шевченково Николаевской области, Лежино Запорожской области, а также Краматорск и Малиновка Донецкой Народной Республики. В районах населенных пунктов Александровка Николаевской области, Брускинская, Райская, Садок Херсонской области, Ясеновка Луганской Народной Республики, Павловка и Петровская
A look at National Day reception held by China's State Council on Friday. The reception is to celebrate the 73rd anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. Chinese President Xi Jinping and other senior officials attended the event. Premier Li Keqiang addressed the gathering. He said that Chinese people have overcome all kinds of difficulties and made great achievements during the past 73 years. He said that the upcoming 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China will be held at a critical moment when the whole party and the people of all ethnic groups are building a comprehensive socialist modern country and marching towards the second centenary goal. He stressed that the importance of stabilizing the economy. He said that China has advanced effective policies to reduce risks and stabilize the employment situation and prices. Li said that China will continue to implement the one country, two systems principle in governing Hong Kong, Macau, and will fully support the special administrative regions to develop their economy and promote people's livelihoods. And he said China will continue its strategy to solve the Taiwan question and strongly oppose Taiwan.
Chinese people routine under tight COVID policy. Recently, a video about family life during the COVID period went viral on the internet. The footage shows a woman from Heilongjiang playing mahjong with her family via video call. The game has lost its interesting part as players cannot draw their cards but have to direct others to take them. However, they have no way out as the authorities do not allow large gatherings or bands leaving the controlled areas to prevent the spread of the COVID pandemic. They use video calls to talk and share moments together. Police have broken into people's houses and warned them not to gather to play the game during the lockdown, even using force. Although most have felt angry, they have to accept or get a sanction. Not only are people prevented from gathering, officials also ask people to wear masks to eat, which sounds confusing and even ridiculous to many people. A trending video from September 26 shows the manager of an empty restaurant preparing to eat noodles. 2 police officers went in to check it out. They asked the manager to put on a mask. He angrily replied, "I'm about to eat, should I still wear it?" Policeman, "You could put it on when you don't eat, and you can take it off when you eat." The boss then could only laugh and said, "You are all devils." After watching the video, many people could only think of designing a special mask that can be used according to the rules without having to put it on and take it off after every bite. Rose cloud in Shaanxi sky floating for more than 1 hour. On September 26th, some citizens discovered special clouds shaped like brilliant roses. A video shared on the internet showed a cloud with a long trail and a head coiling into many colorful rings. People commented it looked like a rose floating in the sky in Xinzhou, Shaanxi province. This cloud stayed in the sky for more than an hour. On the same day, a cloud of similar shape also appeared in Shijiazhuang City, and people said it was the first time they saw such a strange sight. According to experts, this kind of luminous swirling cloud is a special phenomenon left after the launch of a spacecraft or other flying object. It was formed by a combination of an air puff and a dark sky background. Jiangxi drought endangers the Yangtze finless porpoise. This year, lack of rain and prolonged heat have caused the middle and lower reaches of China's Yangtze River basin to dry up. The fish known as the national treasure is the Yangtze finless porpoise. It is an endemic species to the Yangtze River in China, and it is currently endangered. The reasons are deteriorating water quality and lack of food sources, which increases the likelihood of finless porpoises becoming stranded. As reported by iFungs, more than 20 finless porpoises were unable to return safely to Poyang Lake and remained in the Ruoy flood zone on the Xinjiang River. This place became a temporary home for these finless porpoises.
China is retreating from its Belt and Road Initiative, cutting more than a dozen projects in the infrastructure construction program as the country faces its debt woes. China is carrying out economic colonization through the Belt and Road Initiative. It has spent trillions of dollars to expand its influence in Asia, Africa, and Latin America. According to Liberty Times, China disguised this big money sprinkling operation as debt diplomacy. In fact, it was full of malicious intent. The Chinese government knows that poor countries cannot repay the loans, but it has still induced those countries to borrow money from them. The purpose is to control the developing countries and subordinate them to China. Unexpectedly, the COVID pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war hit the economies of many emerging countries. Up to 60% of the countries participating in the Belt and Road Initiative are in trouble. Meanwhile, many countries have found that the Chinese companies and banks responsible for the construction projects are the beneficiaries of China's investment projects. And China also found itself facing a vast bad debt crisis, forcing it to adjust its strategic direction. Wang Yanji, the general manager of the Silk Road Fund, is in charge of using funds for the Belt and Road Initiative. During an interview with Caixin, Wang confirmed that the COVID pandemic has significantly impacted some investment projects, and risks are inevitable. He said that 15 investment projects under the Belt and Road Initiative had been withdrawn to an amount of $2.5 billion. While adjusting its strategy, the Belt and Road Initiative has not stopped looking for new targets. Wang said that the Silk Road Fund's first batch of investments in Indonesia is expected to be finalized at this year's G20 summit. An investment agreement was signed with the Indonesian Investment Agency in early July. Another investment is in the energy sector in the Middle East. Wang said that in 2021, the Silk Road Fund acquired a 49% stake in a newly established pipeline company by Saudi Aramco, the state-owned oil company of Saudi Arabia. But according to the Wall Street Journal, numerous infrastructure projects under the Belt and Road Initiative have stalled, and billions of dollars of loans have gone sour. Many countries have struggled to repay their debts to China, especially in recent times when the global economy has slowed down, combined with rising interest rates and higher inflation. Chinese policymakers are now discussing a more conservative program to evaluate new projects for financing.
俄乌战争延烧超过7个月，乌克兰近1/5的领土被俄罗斯侵占，包括顿内茨克、卢甘斯克、扎波罗热与赫尔松4州。30日，莫斯科市中心红场已经做好并吞仪式准备。巨大看板上用俄文写着这4州的名字与俄罗斯。克里姆林宫发言人佩斯科夫表示，俄国总统普丁30日下午在签署仪式上发表讲话。英国 BBC 与卫报指出，在俄国正式并吞占领区前夕，大量乌克兰当地人出逃，他们害怕被征召成为俄罗斯的军队，与更多毁灭性的攻击。乌克兰总统泽伦斯基30日召开紧急国安会，商讨进一步夺回领土的计划。
Сьогодні російська армія нанесла чергові підлі удари по мирним людям в Миколаєві. Снаряд розірвався біля зупинки громадського транспорту. Є загиблі, є поранені. Знову обстріли Харкова, Сумщини, жорстокий вогонь на Донбасі, на півдні України. Все це можна зупинити тільки одним шляхом – визволити.
泽伦斯基指控俄军对乌克兰东南部多地平民发起新一波的炮击，扎波罗热未被俄军占领区，还有载运平民的车队被击中，造成至少23人死亡，28人受伤。新唐亚太电视池千里、张瑞珍综合报道。
Chinese electric vehicle, or EV, manufacturer Zhejiang Leapmotor Technology has successfully listed on the Hong Kong Exchange on September 29th and aimed to raise $800 million, but suffered a severe sell-off in its debut. It tumbled more than 40% during the trading session, marking the worst first-day performance for a Hong Kong initial public offering, or IPO, above $500 million on record. Founded in 2015, EV focuses on China's mid to high-end EV market, with a price range of about $11,500 to $43,000, according to its website and prospectus filed with the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. This is expected to be the largest and fastest-growing market segment by 2023. EV set its IPO at HK 48, or $6.12 per share, with a total of 131 million shares. According to Reuters, closing deep in the red on its debut on Thursday has dampened prospects of a recovery in new share sales in the city for the rest of the year. In response to the loss, Leapmotor's chairman said it's not a good time because of the global turmoil and the downward spiral of the stock markets. Ke Yan, the lead analyst at DZT Research, said weak sentiment in the secondary market has not normalized yet. He added, The key issue for IPOs in the future in Hong Kong will be the tug of war between companies and investors in respect to valuation, and that could last for a long time. The Hong Kong Equities Index also slumped as volatility surges. The Hang Seng Index, or HSI, fell 0.61%, and the Hang Seng Tech Index declined 1.63%. According to Reuters, China's Vice Foreign Minister Ma Jiaoxiu released a statement on September 29th. This shows that if Xi stays in office after the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP's National 20th Congress, CCP's aggressive diplomacy will not change. Since Xi became the supreme leader of the CCP, the world began to see a new type of diplomacy, commonly seen among Chinese diplomats. This type of diplomacy is called wolf warrior diplomacy, referring to the aggressive attitude, language, and diplomacy of Chinese diplomats as they respond to situations in which China's regime is affected. Ma Jiaoxiu is considered a strong candidate to replace incumbent Foreign Minister Wang Yi in the next term under the extended Xi dynasty. Reuters reporters questioned Ma about foreign policy in the decade since Xi took power. Ma replied that China's diplomats would continue to move forward and continue to overcome obstacles to protect the interests of the country and the Chinese people. In his statement, Ma mentioned that CCP diplomats would act for the people and the country, a common statement from CCP officials. The book, 9 Commentaries on the Chinese Communist Party, says that the CCP is a dictatorship. However, all this regime does is for its own benefit. To hold on to power, the CCP always tries to change the concept so that the Chinese in mainland China mistakenly think that CCP is China and China is CCP. Loving CCP is patriotic, and vice versa. Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has pointed this out in many statements. Pompeo asserted that the CCP and the Chinese people are two different concepts.